Pitiable arisen.
Well met. Pleasure doing business with you.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
Hast thou forgotten thy destiny, thy charge? That is most unfortunate. But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
I must summon reinforcements. This moment forth, thou art arisen, charge and all. Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me.
Thank goodness. How are you feeling? This is the second time I've watched over you like this, isn't it? You do not remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames? You withstood the fire in my stead and were well and truly charred. 'Twas terrible. I had thought your life forfeit. I could not hear the beating of your heart. But you hung on and by some miracle survived. Arisen. I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning. Does it have aught to do with why you were taken to the castle? They said 'twas so that your wounds could be treated, though I fear you have no memory of this either.
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with Arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tow. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday. Till then, take care. Arisen.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. You match my soldier's description. I'm glad I found you. The ruler of Vermont, currently convalescing in the capital, became arisen here in this very village. If you claim the same, then word must be borne to the capital. I dispatched a missive before coming here, though I doubt the matter can be settled without your presence. Would you be willing to accompany me to the capital? If you truly are arisen, you will be received with open arms. Oh, but forgive me. I scattered my soldiers in a bid to find you. I would not depart without them. We shall have to wait till they are reassembled. Come to think of it, Sir Leonard was asking after you as well. Mayhap now would be a good time to speak with him. Last I saw, he was having a drink at the inn.
Simple conversation oft reveals what a week of searching never could.
Whom shall we speak with first?
Think this one's
My
really
head
arisen.
hurt. Oh, have you some business with the apothecary, sir? Dreadful sorry if I was in your way. Oh, no, I'm not lost or naught, sir. You needn't worry yourself on my account. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. My family runs a little shop in Vernworth. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come and fetch some for us. Made the journey all by myself as well, if you can believe it. But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold for the medicine. 'Twill be a shame to return empty-handed after coming all this way. But what more can I do? What? You'd do that? You'd get the medicine for me? Suppose there's no harm in that, if you're really sure. Oh, sir, I'd be most grateful. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I'd thought. I'll wait right here for your return, sir. And many thanks for your kindness.
We could make the fruit robberant ourselves, or simply purchase some at Ruiner's Apothecary here in Mel.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I see it now.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit robberant for me? Oh, well, if you'd...
We ought to bring this to the one expecting it.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit robberant for me? Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper like.
Oh, 'twas a pleasure to recount such good tidings.
Fancy a look at my wares? Always a pleasure.
What am I to do? You really ought to have returned by now.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you? She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild? Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training, which comes in very useful when pursuing a vocation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the sword and shield. Fighters favor a balanced approach, excelling in both offense and defense, and can adapt to any situation. I am a fighter myself, and should there come a time when you impress me with your prowess, I might be willing to impart unto you some of what I know. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the dagger. Such blades lack heft, though this grants them the advantage of speed. Thieves favor light armor, which leaves them more vulnerable to attacks than those of other vocations. Their talents depend upon their finesse and ability to compensate for the length of their blade through sheer agility. Very well. There is no wrong choice in any case. It is entirely up to you which vocation you adopt. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
You found strength courses through you. It's good to see.
There's no discipline that steadfast devotion cannot teach.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something? Do come again.
What do you presume to gain by this, Arisen?
Precious little time.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The Watchhead's waiting for you.
What say we gather some information?
He really ought to have returned by now. Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for... Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no... I'd go and search for him myself, only... I'm not afraid of monsters. But 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir. I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't... My brother and I are the only ones who use that path, to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go, then. My life's in your hands, friend.
We ought not to dawdle when our aid is sorely needed.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
Ah, you've returned. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
Seems naught ever goes right. I don't like this place at all. This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us.
This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
Better to rest while we're here than lament our weariness later.
Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother.
about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master? Look, Master! Goblin!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. I will protect you. The Arisen have been cleansed. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Can anyone hear me? Please!
Norbert, are you hurt?
Let us see what you're made of. Not bad. It is a bit early to be thanking me. The enemy yet remains. Naught compares to the threat.
I'd thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Ah, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
Keep your wits about you. We must not allow our charge to come to harm.
We've not counted a thief among our number for some time.
That's quite a large boulder. But methinks 'twill budge if we combine our strength.
Shall we set it rolling?
Knew I'd pull through in the end.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such Arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
Each to their own.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets, even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert. Perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
With Sir Norbert safely returned, Melve shan't lack for medicinal herbs. 2 good deeds in one, you might say.
You a traveller? Well, I'll not pry, but I can tell you've a strong arm. I used to be a sellsword, see? Time was, I spent every waking moment perfecting my skills. If you're anything like me, once you've reached the pinnacle of your vocation, you'll want to seek out a maester. They'll be able to teach you a skill of incomparable power. If properly persuaded, that is.
I'm in your debt, sir. Not just for saving my brother, who helped me learn a valuable lesson today. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Lots to be taken care of before the day's done.
I've toiled long enough. Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
A saurian nest so near the village is worrying indeed. Let us see the explosive casks there as quickly as we may.
It is as you say.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well. Speak with me once...
Time to get back to work. These old bones, weary
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their net. With any luck, the Saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village.
A single jar of poison ought to send those Saurians packing. Only do be mindful not to spill any on yourself, Master. Expertly thrown, Master. I'd wager those Saurians will think twice about nesting here again.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
A moment long awaited. That was certainly worthwhile.
Done at last. Perhaps a brief respite before we take on another.
'Tis vital that we rest and regain our strength before moving on.
The solution eludes me, but...
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Well, you ought not strain yourself, not in your current state. Those burns could easily have killed you outright. I expect 'twill be some time before you fully recover.
Hard to make anyone smile.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I am by your side. Might I be of assistance? Allow me.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige. My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Well met, sir. Ponder the higher mysteries.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Hope to see you again.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Precious little time. Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way.
Goblins, master!
Suppose I'll handle this.
Avoid flame at any cost. You can be doused in oil. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of Vermund. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet, not all claims are true. Our kingdom sees many pretenders. They are not dealt with lightly. Lest hope will not want to. Regardless, do well not to invite my mistrust on our journey.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I will make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
We have found a material.
No pommel from point.
Just about anywhere. An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
I'll train for this.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
A decent spot to make camp, assuming there are no monsters about.
The sun has yet to set. We could rest here now, or press on a while longer. Certainly, Arisen. How might I be of aid? Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment.
one all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage must have weakened the earth here.
Might you consider lightening your pack, Master?
Let's see. What can we do without?
We've got problems!
It's me!
I grant you roaring flame.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered. Here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Perhaps you might try to fight yourself.
Splendid.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
I'll turn you! In push it!
The day grows darker with our every step.
Ears pricked. 'Twill be difficult to pinpoint distant birds by sight alone.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait like that. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
That was impeccably timed, Arisen. That it feels wonderful to strike true.
Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
You haven't forgotten us, have you, Master?
I don't know about you, Master, but I'm worn out. Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on? I'm all for swapping stories, but perhaps another night? I can scarce keep my eyes open.
Good sleep is the key to a good adventure.
These opportunities are few and far between. Speak up if you've aught to say.